Hi everyone, welcome back. We're going to have a quick look at Alchemy Pay and what's been happening over the last few hours. And essentially, Bitcoin is off on a good run. It's had a nice little pump, retested the recent lows it's put in, and as such, we're hopefully, we're leveling off at the moment. We may actually come back and backtest the 42.5, but overall, Bitcoin is looking really bullish for the beginnings of a new week, and we've got a nice little green candle there, and as such we've got quite a few altcoins that are setting off on their recovery, and it does look like ACH is lining up to possibly be one of them. Now, where we are is we are below the 786, which is never a happy place. But if we can get above there, we should see a nice move back up to 7.3. Not to say that that's going to hold. We may actually bounce back and retest at the 786. But yeah, I'm confident that with ACH the move is not over. And I think I really want to talk about some exciting news just on the history of this token. So essentially, this move gave us just under a 63% pump to the upside. It has fully retraced back to its starting point, which is never good to see, especially for long-term holders if they didn't take profits at this point. But if I just come out to the weekly and show you sort of like the history of this token and what it's capable of, you'll see that we started out on micro pennies back in September 2020. We consolidated for a period of about 8 months, and we whipped below our original starting point. Once we did, we literally took off to the moon. So we had a small move here, which you call it a small move. This is a heavily zoomed out chart, so it may not, but yeah, it was a 250% pump just to get us back above the level of 1, and then from there we actually continued and took off to our all-time high, and it was a 14,000% move, and that happened over the period of about a day, 2 days before we began our retracement. So I'm bullish on ACH, and the reason being is that it is an undervalued token. It has got a small market cap. It is going to do brilliant things, and it is going to eventually be up into the 30-cent range. I'm not saying that's going to happen from where we are now, but I think that when you have moves like this that occur over a 3-hour period, it's nigh on impossible to try and catch them. Unless you are sort of right on it and looking at the periods of consolidation for 4 or 5 hours, but we see those pop up here and there and we don't really get much movement. There wasn't much alert to us that this token was going to take off. However, when it did, we had a slight pullback and off we went. Now, I released a video earlier today to say that ACH was looking bullish, and that was again after a slight pull off, and it could have taken off. When we're in this sort of movement cycle with a token and the way it responds, where it just goes, it would have been wrong of me not to advise that this is looking bullish, and even currently it is still looking bullish, because what's happened is we've wicked below the 786, we've pulled back above, and this could be a retest, and then we could still move on higher. I do expect us to. We may have a slight swing back before we move higher, but again, I'm in this one for the long term, because I think from where we are, it's got a 5x potential. When it does that, it's going to do it in an extremely small time frame. We're not going to watch it creep day after day. It is just going to go, and once it's gone, there's no coming back. And very similar to the move back here, if you try to catch this midway through, I'm sure there's a lot of retail FOMO going on with this one, and a lot of people would have got stung. So me personally, I'd rather be in it at the low, even if that means that I lose 20% of my stake, and then when it goes, I will yeah, I'll be popping the champagne. So just say, if you are in and holding ACH, if you are able to risk tolerance and hold, all good and well. If not, and you have purchased in anywhere between the 8 and, well, what was the low here? It was about 6 cents. Yeah, if you have purchased in anywhere between the 8 and 6 and you're looking for a return on your investment, even just clawing back some of that investment, you should be able to, in the next coming day or two, when this thing makes a little move, once it's got above the 786. So, like I say, long term, I'm really bullish on Alchemy Pay. They have just had a listing on Binance, and I think that what's happened here is people have bought the rumor, which has seen the price pump, and then obviously they've taken some profits, and then this was circa the moment we had the Binance listing. As such, we saw a very quick pump again, and it's begun to tail off. So history might repeat itself. We may fall into a real lull of consolidation and sit stagnant. We possibly could get back to around the 4.5 cent range. There are a lot of people looking at this one saying that it's possible that we'd get back to 4.5 before it makes another move. Again, I'm happy to stay in. I'm in for the long run. So what to watch for now would be a small dip and break above 786, and that might show some bullish tendencies to move higher, or we may actually just tail off all the way back, see some consolidation around this zone here, and then we may wick down very briefly and then have a pump. So that's it from me, guys. Hope you've liked and enjoyed the content and understand why I'm so bullish on ACH. Token as explosive as this, yeah, and one that's not going anywhere and can only improve, is a good long-term hold, but it's not financial advice, and you have to do what's right for you. Okay, please do subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.